Okay, so I've got my character here. And you can see there are colors here. And I'm just making sure they all match up. That looks pretty good. Is that one? Yep. Maybe medallions. So all I'm doing is finding these pieces in my Cecilia folder where I put all the skin parts. Cuff. There we go. Okay, so now I have my character, and I'm just gonna move it closer. Maybe just a tad bit over. There we go, that's good enough. Okay, so here's my character. All the colors are in, it looks good. Now I'm gonna export, file, export. And I'm gonna export as an FBX. And I want copy mode on. And I wanna make sure and turn on embed textures. Embed textures, crucial. And then export FBX. All right, so now you can see I have my original Blender file and then the FBX. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold, is it control? Control, and select the two, right? I just held control and I selected the two, the tutorial FBX and the tutorial blend file that I'm working on. And I'm going to right click, send to, compressed zipped folder, and I'll name this Cecilia Tut for tutorial. All right, let's go ahead and open up Mixamo. Upload a character, select character file, and we're going to use this zip file that we just created. All right, rotate the character so it's forward facing, and then hit next. And let's place our pieces, the markers where they're gonna bend. And there's no fingers. Now I'm gonna hit next. All right, now we have our character. Hit next. Hit next. And let's go ahead and download this character in a T-pose. So the character's in the T-pose. I'm going to hit download. I'm going to download with skin. You can bump this up to 60 frames per second if that's how you're going to run your game. But for this purpose, I'm going to leave it at 30. Download. Okay, so here's my character. I'm going to name it Cecilia T. And I'm going to place it into my folder with all my other stuff. So I've got my Cecilia T FBX. So this is the T pose with the skin and the bones. Let's go ahead and download some animations. Idle. Alright, I'm just going to pick one because why not? Okay. Idle. So I'm downloading my idle without skin. And make sure this matches. Alright, now I'm going to find a walk. Alright, now for this, I want it to be in place. I want in place. Download without skin. Alright, let's find a run or a jog. That one's fine. Jog forward, but I want it in place. Download without skin, 30 frames. Again, just make sure it all matches. Okay, jump. Okay, let's jump up. Alright, I'll take a jump up. I'll do a jump down. I'll take that one then. No, I'll take this one. Alright, jump down. Maybe a fall. Fall to landing. Okay. Alright, so now I've got all my downloaded animations. And I'm gonna move them all into my folder. Fall, jump, jump up, jog forward, walk, idle. All right, I'm copying them over here. So now they're all in my folder. All right, let's go ahead and leave Blender. And we're going to open up Unreal Engine, third person, Cecilia tutorial. All right, so open up our content drawer and let's create a new folder and we'll call it Cecilia. All right, so I've got my Cecilia and now I'm going to drag in my T-pose wherever I put it. Did I not copy it in here? Whoa. Where did I place it? Oh, Cecilia T. Okay. All right, so I'm going to grab this, drag it in. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing in this brand new skeleton. I'm going to hit reset to default and import. Go ahead and clear all that's good. Oh no, I forgot to put it in the folder. That's okay. All right, so I'm just going to grab all this stuff and I'm just going to move it into the folder. No big deal. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and open up our third person character blueprint. And I'm just going to dock it here. Check out my viewport. Okay, so right now I've got this Quinn mesh. So I'm going to change it to my Cecilia. And it's way big. But that's okay. I can just scale it down. So I just put this lock on here. 0.1. Still too big, but that's okay. We can continue to go down. Whoa. Oh, I messed up big time. I need to be on the mesh. There we go. See, now I'm on the mesh. And now let's go 0.1. Yeah, that's much nicer. Okay, let's rotate. Maybe scale it up just a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Okay, compile, save, test. Okay, so now we have our guy in here. It doesn't look great, but it's something. Okay, Cecilia is happening. Let's go ahead and go back to our third person character. And I want to make sure that my feet are in line with this capsule. Otherwise, it's going to be either in the ground or floating. That's actually not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and open up our content drawer. Go back to our Cecilia. And now what we're going to do is add the animations that we downloaded. Cecilia. And I'm just going to drag them into my Cecilia folder here. So jump. All right, I'm going to reset to default. And I'm going to put them on my T-pose skeleton. And I'm going to import all. And then let's find my other ones. My walking. And make sure it's on the T. Import. And I forgot some, so I'm just going to drag them in from my downloaded folder so that I have them all. And again, reset to default, make sure it's on your skeleton, import all. Compile it, save it. All right, let's go back to our folder. And I'm going to create a new blend space. So right click, animation, legacy, blend space. And I'm going to use the Cecilia skeleton. And I'm going to call it BS_Cecilia for blend space. And then I'm going to open it up. Okay, so I'm going to drag in my idle. I'm going to drag in my walk. And I'm going to drag in my jog. And I'll hit control, and then you can see paused from idle to walking to jogging. All right, looks good. Save it and get out of here. Okay, next thing we want to do, open up our content drawer, and let's create an animation blueprint. Right click, animation blueprint. And we're using our Cecilia skeleton. And I'm going to call this ABP for animation blueprint _ Cecilia. And if one day we'll remember how to spell Cecilia, that'll be cool. All right, open it up. And let's right click. And we're going to add state machine. And connect. Okay, we open up our state machine. And then we're going to drag in our blend space and connect. And then let's go ahead and open up our blend space. So double click it. And we're going to promote this to variable. Right click, promote to variable. And we're going to name this variable speed. So the variable is called speed. Now let's go back to our state machine. And we're going to add our movement. So let's do our jump. Let's do our, is there a landing? Falling to landing. And let's do our jumping down. All right, that looks good. No, that doesn't. It looks terrible. We want jumping down. There we go. Okay. And then we want to connect our transitions. And let's go ahead and open up the first one. And we're going to grab our can enter transition, right click, promote to variable, and we're going to name this variable is falling. And then let's hit back our state machine, open up our next one, and we're going to right click and add time remaining on the jump. And we're going to pull out a less than. And connect here. And 0.1. All right. Let's go back from falling to landing. Get is falling. Not Boolean. And then our last one. Time remaining. Less than 0.1. Connect here. All right. Now let's go to our event graph. And here we're going to pull out get velocity. And then vector length. And then set speed. And we're going to connect here to set it. And then connect across. And we got to check to see if the player is falling. Get movement component. is falling. And then set. We're setting it here and connecting it there. Compile, save, and then open up your third person blueprint character. Let's go to our viewport. And we're going to change out our animation blueprint to the Cecilia one. And it needs to be rotated. There we go. Compile it. Save it. Let's check it out. All right. It kind of works. I'm guessing my animations are pretty goofy, so I need to work on getting the animations right. But you can see it's working. So like you see my transitions from the walk to the jump are messed up. So here I'm jumping, and then I'm transitioning from my jump to my fall to my land. So I just need to modify that to get it perfect, and then it'll be nice. All right, my transitions are pretty jacked up, so I will need to be messing with them later. But you can see it's basically working.